you sell straps directly on your site, so people can go on there and purchase a strap directly from you without using a third party. Now, you rarely discount your straps. I think I've never seen really, a big sale like 80% off kind of thing going on like a lot of people do. You stick to your pricing, your product, and your quality more than anything else. So tell me a little bit about what has been the number one marketing factor for the e-commerce store. Was it Instagram or was there something else?
Historically, definitely Instagram. Instagram is an extremely powerful platform, as you know. It's really incredible for us too because we're selling a super niche product. To buy our product at the moment, you have to have an AP, a Rolex, a Panerai, a Tag, any of the watches that we sell a strap for. You have to first own one of those watches. So we're not selling a general product that anybody can buy. It's a very specific market. What's great about Instagram is that Instagram really houses those markets and makes them relatively easily accessible. And watches happens to be a huge sector of Instagram. There's, a lot of watch pages, a lot of watch enthusiasts, a lot of people that really like watches. So for us, we really, really, really took advantage of that. We really tried to advertise as much as we can. We put a lot of advertising dollars into it. We're always looking to work with new influencers, people around the world, just to, try our product, see it in the flesh. And, hey, if you organically like what we're doing and like our product, we're happy to work with you. Now, obviously, Instagram is still extremely powerful. I do think it's a bit more difficult these days than it used to be to get a product out there, to advertise it effectively. There's a lot of players in the game now. Instagram has made a lot of changes, with the algorithms and whatnot. So Instagram now, although it's still an extremely, extremely powerful platform, it does have its blocks, I guess you could say.
So how much, I'm just curious, how much has that impacted you? Because like I'm in the Instagram based business to some extent, right? Meaning like I use Instagram as a way to drive traffic to websites, etc. Instagram algorithm changes have destroyed, like a lot of the reach that people used to get. So, when you had 50,000 followers or 100,000 or half a million, you were getting way better reach 3 years ago, significant better reach, and people wanted to know about your product. But today, it seems that the same money, if not twice the money, will get you a tenth of the reach. So how has that impacted your actual business? Has that even been a deterrent of your business?
It's strange because the answer is that no, it really hasn't for us, for whatever reason. And I think I could, name some of those reasons, but we haven't really seen a significant hit from that. Are things different? Yes, definitely. You can definitely see when you get, let's say posted on a really big account, you can see that there is definitely less or, people just following you, less engagement, just less. When you used to get posted on a big page, it used to be like an absolute like army of followers would just immediately follow you several years ago. It is not like that anymore. However, I think, like I said, we sell a very unique product. People like our product. People know our brand now. We've kind of established, our name in the Instagram world in watches. And I think that helps us a lot. What Instagram also does now is, paid advertising through the Instagram platform. So you pay, you have a Facebook ad account and you pay them basically to post your ads, like on people's newsfeed stories, so on and so forth. That's the kind of posts that pop up that say sponsored on them, like horse strap sponsored. That's been extremely effective for us. Now, obviously that's kind of a way for them to, bring in revenue for themselves, but it's been very effective for us and it does work. And, they've changed it up a bit and they've kind of limited how effective and, you can be with influencers, with big pages. But they have given you another option and that other option does work. And we've seen a lot of effectiveness from that.
Okay. So, one kind of last direction I want to go is with the whole idea of the strap game with all these new watches coming out, etc. there isn't really a huge change in watch styles every single year, right? Like, I mean, if you think about like Apple watches, they may look slightly different, but a new model comes out. So they're always bringing new users to the table, if that makes sense. You know, people who are adopting technology later. iPhone cases have a continuous change in size and style, so those people are almost guaranteed themselves a job if they're not getting outbid by the competition. How does the watch game work when we're talking about traditional designs that are 30 years old and not really going anywhere? Meaning, you know, an offshore has been an offshore for quite some time, and it's not really changing ultimately. They're not really making offshores in 14 different sizes and 6 different shapes. So does that help or hurt your business that there is such lack of change in the industry as a whole?
I believe it tremendously helps us actually. Watches are one of those, I would venture to say like few things that exist today, and I think it's why people like them so much, that are, still so handmade and mechanical and old school. I mean, you see how like, stick shifts in cars are, basically dead. Everything is, even, dashboards in car. I'm a big car guy, so I draw a lot of analogies, but like dashboards in cars now are like all digital, everything is going tech. And, Hublots released a full screen watch. Tag Heuer did. There's rumors that Rolex is. I have no idea if that's true or not. But, everything is going so techy, and watches are still this like beautiful, handmade, intricate little work of art, And like you said, for example, an AP Royal Oak Offshore, a Rolex Daytona, a Mariner. I mean, those have been the same watches for a long time, and they're going to continue to be the same watches for a long time. Obviously, they release variants like the ceramic Daytona. AP will always do these like new colorways and stuff. But the nice thing is that the actual strap will still fit every single one of those. So a super old AP Royal Oak Offshore from the first year they released it is the exact same fitment as a brand new one. So for us, it's nice because, once we own that product and can produce that product effectively, we don't have to worry like every quarter, a new product coming out, new products coming out. If you're designing parts for cars or you're, making, iPhone parts or whatever, obviously maybe that plays to their advantage in other ways, but, they constantly have to be, changing their product. For us, it's more about innovating design, colors, materials. What else can we bring to a watch strap to make it even more unique?
No, I understand. So it makes sense. Then you don't have to keep doing new products. You can just change the designs on the existing panels, which is a lot easier. So awesome. So I want to appreciate your time here with me, talking to me about just the strap business in general. If someone wanted to go in the accessories business, meaning they want to be in a similar situation to you in 5 years from now, what is the biggest piece of advice you can give them if they're starting tomorrow?
So if you're trying to go into an accessory business starting tomorrow, first and foremost, have some kind of, creative twist on the product. There's, I see every day on Instagram, these businesses selling essentially the exact same product that's just flooded with competitors that are, all the nearly exact same product. Think of something or have some like real passion for what you're about to produce, and make it something that really grabs people's attention. That's kind of for you to figure out and for you to be creative with, and really think outside the box. But look at okay, what else could I do to this product to make it do something that it doesn't currently do, or what is not sold out there. Just being another guy selling the exact same thing on Instagram right now, unless you have like an absolutely, incredibly high marketing budget, or, you just happen to be super well connected, it's going to be difficult. On top of that, speak to as many people as you can. People like myself, like, all the other teachers that you have at your disposal on your platform. Every single one of us can give you some kind of, different piece of advice. I mean, I could talk for hours and hours about, starting this and how it goes, but really have a plan. Don't just like release it and see what happens. Kind of have things in the works before you release it. So for example, if you're trying to get it on influencers, make sure that when you release, like, that's already set to go, that they already are going to post it, they already like it. Test it a lot. That's something I learned, a really hard lesson both in my first company and everything is, really put your product through tests, put it in salt water, try to stain it, try to rip it, ask people their honest thoughts. Like, don't ask, sometimes asking your close friends and family is not that great because they'll just tell you what you want to hear because they don't want to hurt your feelings. Get really hardcore, honest advice. Just send it to people for free and see what they say. But, really my biggest thing is just have some kind of twist on it because a lot of people are just selling the exact same thing. And I find that to be very difficult. There's already people that own those markets that it's going to be very difficult for you to compete with.